Hey everyone, my name is Monique and this is Jenny. We're here for the girls in honor of Black History Month for February. We're discussing Black American contributions in cancer research. Jenny, would you like to start off?
Sure. You know, First, I think it's important to acknowledge that we have a long way to go. There's still a lot of health disparities across the country, but including in cancer, which is our focus here for the girls. According to the American Cancer Society, African Americans have the highest death rates and shortest survival of any racial or ethnic group for most cancers. And Black women are 40% more likely to die of breast cancer than white women, and are twice as likely if they're over 50. So they're a big part of the reason why is the lack of representation, not just in Black Americans, but in all other ethnic and BIPOC communities in clinical trials. And so the American Cancer Society, as of last year, funded 59 health disparities research grants in order to try to close that gap and bring some equity in those clinical trials.
Yes, absolutely. We both attended a discussion panel in honor of Black History Month called Black in Cancer, which was hosted by FDA. And it had a panel of scientists and researchers and doctors and even some patients and advocates that talked about their own personal experiences as it pertained to clinical trials and research and just their experience with cancer diagnosis and treatment. So moving on, we wanted to talk about some contributors in the Black community that we believe stood out, that was significant in the efforts and breakthrough for cancer treatment and development. And one of the people we both were pretty impressed with is Dr. Jane Wright. She did a major breakthrough in development in chemotherapy, known today as chemotherapy, back in 1940s. She referred to chemotherapy as the Cinderella of cancer research for its incredible potential in treating multiple types of lethal cancers. She broke the ceiling when it came to Black and being a doctor and a scientist. She, for barriers for gender and for race, she became one of the most distinguished physician scientists in modern medicine. You have anything to add about Dr. Wright?
Well, I was so inspired by her. uh she was she experienced those intersectionalities of being Black and a woman in a time when she was born in 1919, right in the middle of Jim Crow era. So the fact that she worked and became a doctor is just incredible. But then that she also became a researcher in a time when I can't imagine she got any support. There's still trying to get more women in STEM research, plus women of color. And she not only did this, but she is the reason that we have chemotherapy as a treatment for cancer. And that is it's just astounding. And I think, something to be heralded for sure. Then also furthering cancer research and treatment in the Black community, we have Dr. Robert Nguyen, who is the director of the VCU Massey Cancer Center. He oversees the cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute that provides advanced cancer care and conducts research to discover new therapies for cancer, as well as educating the doctors and scientists of tomorrow. He's leading the nation in establishing a 21st century model of equity for cancer science and care, which I think is a huge step towards decreasing the burden of inequity in cancer research and those health disparities. And then he's just also just a fantastic human being. And then we also had Dr. Lola, who is a medical oncologist and acting deputy division director of the Division of Oncology 3 in the FDA. And she serves on the Oncology Center of Excellence, and leads the team providing scientific and policy guidance and oversight to approving drugs and biologics for the treatment of solid tumor malignancies. So, that was both of those people are in making huge contributions to research and treatment in the development of cancer research and treatment. And so I just thought that they were really inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely. The panel that we participated in, that we witnessed, called Black in Cancer, also had a co-founder, Sojourner Bell. She's a third-year student working on her PhD, specializing in pediatric brain tumor and long-term goals for creating new therapies for children with limited treatment options. The significance of this panel that they host annually for Black in Cancer is about promoting equity in community, equity in education and treatment. This panel's main purpose and goal was to provide information and resources to the Black community that otherwise they would not be privy to. And one of the things, takeaway that I thought was significant in this panel is the discussion of the clinical trials, as Jenny had talked a little about earlier when she talked about the different contributors. They discussed the importance of clinical trials and participation in becoming aware and informed as a Black community about how significant a clinical trial can promote a good outcome for those that has been diagnosed with cancer. There's a lot of misconceptions and myths that's out there when it comes to clinical trials, where we believe that they're testing on us. And yes, we've had some bad experiences as a Black community with unethical testing and so forth when it comes to the medical field. But today we're changing and has definitely advanced over the years, and the benefits outweigh some of the negatives. And we just wanted to highlight that as we go forth talking about Black history and contributions in the cancer field, we wanted to make sure we discuss that. Another contributor that I thought was really important to the research for the Black community was Dr. Henry Henderson III. And he is also an advocate as far as amplifying Black voices and being a contribution to cancer research and medicine, just trying to change the career field and what it looks like, promoting more African Americans into the field to have the representation to support people of color and Black Americans. One of his things that he talked about is being implicit bias is a major issue, is rooted in not being used as seeing Black people as principal investigators or clinicians. And he wanted to change that concept where it becomes commonplace when you see someone that looks like you. It's going back to just having that equity of care and having that representation and building that rapport and trust with your doctor so you can get the best care that's available for you, in the Black community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was a great topic. I'm glad we had the opportunity to reach you today and talk about Blacks in cancer and the contributions. And we hope that you received a good lesson, and resources will be available on the links provided with this video. And we thank you for your time.